Hey everybody, this is Nick Kangadis with MRC-TV, and we are here in front of the Trump International Hotel in Washington D.C. and there is supposed to be a protest going on today between 2:30 and 4 o'clock. They're protesting the GOP fundraising event that's supposedly happening here today, which is $500 a plate. Now, most of the protesters, and there's about 15 here today, most of the protesters are all wearing SEIU t-shirts. That's right. The people that fund the most political campaigns, unions, are in charge of this protest. Let's see what we got. The protesters have gone in front of the Trump International Hotel, and they are basically protesting Trump possibly taking away their health care, which they didn't really seem to care when Obama did it a few years ago when 6 million people lost their health insurance. But they're here nonetheless. The protesters, fully funded by the SEIU, are now repeatedly chanting for the removal of House Representative from New York, Claudia Tenney, who has apparently hosted this fundraiser at $500 a plate. No word on what they think about Hillary Clinton charging $100,000 a head at one of her fundraisers. It looks like this is about it for the protest. This is about as big as it's going to get. They have until about 4 o'clock. That's when it's scheduled until. And as you can see, it's 3:12. That's it, folks. What's the purpose of today's event?
The purpose for today's event is to let people know, let the Trump White House know that healthcare is a right. A right and not a privilege.
Well, healthcare isn't in the Bill of Rights. It isn't a right as according to the law. So how do you equate that with your stance?
I simply say this: when you look at any developed country in the world, you see that healthcare is something that they provide their citizens. Here in the United States, it's unacceptable that we don't provide that basic right.
What do you say to Hillary Clinton's events where you had to pay up to $100,000 in order to attend?
I think that we need to get big money out of politics. As someone that's running, I understand that it takes capital to make a difference and to really get your voice out there and to be able to spread your message. And unfortunately, the current system that we have, it takes money to do that.
Well, folks, that about wraps it up from Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. The protest lasted all of about 20 minutes, and we talked to a man running for state representative in Maryland, and he had some insightful things to say, but the protest itself fell flat. Stay tuned for more from MRC TV. I'm Nick Kangadis.